Hey, it's Miriam from Premed Muse, and you tell me which sentence sounds more correct. If I were a doctor, I would save the world. If I was a doctor, I would save the world. Now technically you could say either and be understood, but which one would you want to use in a personal statement? I wouldn't actually recommend using either of those sentences in a personal statement. When you're talking about something contrary to fact, do you use was or were? Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof sings, "If I were a rich man." He's not a rich man. He's imagining what would happen hypothetically if he were to become a rich man. Using the word were there instead of was is what we call the subjunctive. The subjunctive is a lot more common in non-English languages, especially the Romantic languages. But we still use it in English, and it is still important to use it when you're trying to be grammatically correct, like, say, for a personal essay. If you're using a contrary to fact phrase in your personal statement, use the subjunctive. Say, if I were to get into medical school this round. If I were a doctor, as opposed to was. Was is street correct. You would understand me if I were to say, subjunctive right there, if I was a doctor, right? But we want to be as correct as possible for the personal statement. So you gotta embrace the subjunctive. Here's an example of where you wouldn't want to use were. If you were to visit a friend and then you both got sick later, you may say, if I was sick, I didn't know it. And that's not the subjunctive. But you use the subjunctive if you want to say, if I were already showing symptoms, I would not have visited my friend. That's the subjunctive. If I were to proofread my draft, I would delete all instances of the first person imperfect when it should be a subjunctive. Comment below with an example of a subjunctive statement that you use in your personal essay. I really am curious, because I hope no one's saying, if I were to be a doctor, I would. Show a little confidence. Thanks for watching and happy writing.